are showing episode 2 of our 5-part season of The Walking Dead. We've been showing the first 20 minutes of episode 2 today. It's a continuation, obviously, of episode 1, but what we've been showing is how the choices and decisions that you made in episode 1 really have a huge impact on the experience that you have in the game. You know, we've always been saying this is a tailored game experience, so the content that we've shown today really illustrates that. There are all sorts of decisions that have an effect on the game, and some of them are really, really obvious. Like, so in episode 1, if you played that one, you know, and this is kind of a spoiler, so if you've not played episode 1, go play it now, don't listen to this. You can save Doug or you can save Carly, 2 characters from within the game. And we've shown that reflection in this particular demo by saving Doug. Actually, 75% of people who played episode 1 ended up saving Carly rather than Doug. But we saved Doug because, in case you didn't know, he's actually based on our former IT guy, so save Doug, everyone. So that's just one of the obvious decisions because you're saving somebody's life, and then that person that you save is then going to be with you for several episodes or for the rest of the season, whereas that person who's gone, obviously they're dead and gone, they're with you no more. But the interesting thing that comes from that particular thing is that the person who's gone can obviously no longer offer you the kind of skill sets that they had, whereas the person who's with you has something that might be useful. So again, in the demo that we've just shown you guys, we've shown something where because you saved Doug, he brings something to the table that Carly wouldn't have. But that's a really obvious decision again because it was, you know, either somebody lives or somebody dies. But every single thing that you do or say in The Walking Dead is being tracked by the game engine, and therefore it could color and flavor your particular game experience. Again, it's that tailored game experience that we're offering. And it could be a huge thing, it could be a small thing, so you really need to pay attention to things that you're doing and things that you're saying because it could change things considerably. I think the best thing to say about any decision that you make in the game is, like, we want you to make that decision and then live with it and deal with the ramifications of it. We do offer something in the game called the rewind feature where if you're really unhappy with what's happening, or perhaps you just want to see an alternate pathway through the game, you can kind of skip back to that point, save it in a different save slot, and then play that new kind of timeline through the game. So that's one of the things that you can do there for sure. So Larry's got an issue with you right from the outset. If you played episode 1, you understand that he knows who you are. He's seen you on the news, and again, spoilers, so don't watch this if you've not played episode 1. He knows who you are, and the fact is that you actually killed someone right at the beginning of episode 1. You're being taken to prison for murder, right? So he knows that you're a murderer, and he tells you when you're in the pharmacy, I know who you are. I don't care what's happening right here and right now. You just stay the hell away from my daughter. And that's all he cares about. And he just, even though he comes across as a grade A-hole, he's not a nice person at all. When you step back and look at the situation, he's just out to protect his daughter. But regardless of that, he's always going to be butting heads with you because he thinks you're a murderer and he doesn't care about anything else. He doesn't want that near his family. When we start out with episode 1, it's way bigger than any, film or TV script. Like, generally they're about 120 pages or so, like a treatment for a movie or a TV show. Our script, just if you printed it out for episode 1, is this big. And then, just as you said, the more choices that you make and the more branches, each script gets incrementally bigger. So it's just something that we have to deal with. As far as the story itself, I mean, we know where this story is going to end. We know what's going to happen at the end of this story. So everybody is driving towards that point. But it's how you get there, it's the emotions that you experience, it's the things that you do and say, and most importantly, how people in the world around you view you based on the things that you've done and said. That's where that's how you get to the end of that journey. Yeah, we've been talking about episode 2 of The Walking Dead. It's episode 2 of 5. You are going to be able to get it, along with episode 1, which is available now, on Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, also available from the Telltale Store and from Steam, and soon it's going to be available for episode 1 on iOS. We are about to submit episode 2, which is what we're talking to first party, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to have this thing out before the end of June.